Okay, we're live. Hi everyone. Walking sword again. Let's jump straight in. Okay, so last time I just left the apartment. I was going to choose between two options to do now. Let's see what we can do today. Now we have the hospital and we have the museum. Oh, and we have that too. Let's start with the hospital.
The old building managed to retain some of its original grandeur, but the modern additions looked like a baseball cap on a statue of a medieval saint.
Okay. Very colorful descriptions, as always.
There was no sign of the crew of the ambulance. I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
Okay. Inside. Okay, we got doctor, receptionist. Let's start with the
The
doctor.
young man's face was full of eagerness and enthusiasm. I figured he was fresh from college. Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Benoit, but everyone calls me Bunny.
Bunny?
Okay.
That's right. I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit. Do you know anything about a patient named Marquet?
And no, sir, I don't know much about any of the patients.
I've never met a doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure I'll get the hang of things.
Okay.
See you later.
Right.
The woman managed to look overworked and hassled, though she didn't appear to be doing anything. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plans. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
Yeah.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, a gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from the zoo.
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Yeah, I'm his, long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
Yeah, people always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age, after a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
I guess not.
Well, it was worth a shot.
So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Okay.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
And who is this guy?
The guy seemed to be practicing his air of authority. Today, he was working on his withering stare. Hi, my name's George Stovard.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet.
In which department does he work?
He doesn't. He's a patient.
I see. You do realize there are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet urgently.
We make no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of life and death.
The well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's why we have rules.
Hello. Well,
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
He's in league with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense.
that's a
Besides,
remaster of an old game.
Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
Could you tell me who Marquet's employers are?
Certainly not.
Thanks for your help.
Okay, so what do we have here? Obviously, we can't get. Let's explore the hospital a little bit. See what we can find. And the other side? Probably the same thing. Yeah, of course. So if I can't explore it and they won't let me see the guy. Maybe I can figure it out later. Let's try something else. Somewhere else. Okay. Let's go to. No? That's a new place, so let's. Okay, what do we have here? Policeman, a cafe, a sign. Let's start by reading the sign.
Fixed to the wall was a sign in 3 languages. In French, English, and German it read, "In 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the knightly order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine."
Okay.
In the middle of the square was a manhole. I wondered if there might be something relevant beneath street level.
There probably is, but. Let's see.
I once read a list of low-stress jobs. It didn't include police work. Obviously, this guy hadn't read the same list. Excuse me, officer.
And how may I help you?
Yeah, that guy is drunk.
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the so-so Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An Excellent question, monsieur.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Of course you did.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
A typically Parisian sidewalk cafe. Last time I visited one of those, it blew up. I decided I was happy enough right where I was.
Nothing there. Well, worth a try.
Hey, hey, you. What do you think you're doing? Leave that comer alone. Now.
Yeah. Why am I not surprised?
Sorry, no harm intended.
You stay away from that.
Okay, so I need to get rid of him. Need to get rid of him. Don't think I have what I need for that. Let's check this. Okay. What do we have here?
A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies, the flabby flesh of the old men. That wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies. Whoa! I didn't have
Yeah,
time
what?
to sit around.
That tomb.
A knight's tomb, his effigy in marble lying in perpetual state, waiting in prayer for the judgment day.
Okay. Another tomb. And a monument. Mhm.
A knight there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world, I guess. A stone knight lay on the church floor. Just think, there's a dead guy under there.
You don't say.
The second stone knight in a row of 4 lay on the church floor. I was surprised Philip le Bel had left this place alone.
Not you.
A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well.
More monuments.
A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. I wondered if this guy had died in combat.
Okay. The window?
A huge stained glass window formed a magnificent centerpiece for its neighbors. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
Wait, this stuff. Got a separate spot.
On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack. Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church, other than deported.
Good point. Okay. We got some information out of this, but nothing other than this for now. Now, okay. And it's still here. Okay.
An architectural echo of the gallows that once used to stand here.
Would that be new? That be new.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
What can you tell me about Philippe le Bel?
He was responsible for the extermination of the Knights Templar.
I know that, but why was Philip so hot to get rid of them?
Mostly because he wanted to get his hands on their treasure. He had an enormous debt and a lifelong war with England to fund. The trouble was, the Templars were a highly respected holy order.
If the Templars were so powerful, how did this Philippe dude wipe them out?
By underhanded, dishonorable means, of course. The Pope was Clement V, a Frenchman.
French, huh? Handy for Philippe.
Fate had nothing to do with it. He was Philippe's puppet, planted to further his political ambitions. Philippe wanted the wealth of the Templars and used Clement to get it.
So what was Philippe's plan? What happened?
Sealed orders were sent out all over France, not to be opened until the appointed day. That day was Friday, July 13th. That's the origin of our superstition regarding that date. At dawn, throughout the whole of France, the Templars were arrested. It was the biggest bust in the history of the world.
What happened to the Templars after their arrest?
Philippe was out for blood, so he handed the Templars over to the Inquisition. Not surprisingly, they confessed to a sensational and sordid list of blasphemies.
Like what?
Oh, the sort of things you read about in the gutter press. Devil worship, lewd sexual practices, spitting on the Holy Cross, that kind of thing.
Well, that must have given their lawyers some headaches.
Whether or not the accusations were true, this was not good publicity. Most of the charges were probably cooked up, but so were the Templars, literally. Hundreds of them were found guilty of heresy and flame-grilled at the stake. They died protesting their innocence.
But surely Philippe had no proof of his charges against the Templars.
A man will admit anything under torture. The Inquisition fabricated some nonsensical demon called Baphomet, and then suggested to the victims that this was what they worshipped.
But they didn't have to agree.
The records show a Templar coming to trial with both feet burnt off. Fragments of flesh and charred bone falling from the stumps. What would you not admit to stop such torment?
So there was no truth at all in the Baphomet accusations?
Not a shred. Almost every victim described the idol differently. No, Baphomet never existed outside the sick minds of the Inquisitors.
So Philippe stole the
And we keep
Templars'
going.
riches, huh?
Oh no, they weren't stupid. The king's troops marched first on the temple in Paris, then to the Templar home port at La Rochelle. There was no trace of the treasure, and the fleet of the Knights Templar had set sail.
Okay.
This friend who has the manuscript,
The anonymous girlfriend.
She lives at 361 Rue Jarry.
Ah, I know it well. I'll drop by. Just as soon as I can.
Okay.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
This game is a complete medieval soap opera.
Hi, Nico.
Hello, George.
Well, nope, nothing yet.
See you soon.
Nothing
Yeah.
here yet.
See you.
So, but back to what do we have here? Let's check the cafe again. No, doesn't seem like there's anything new here. What?
It was a plastic crate.
Don't remember that here before.
There was nothing of interest.
Oh, no point in going back down there.
Hi there. Remember me?
Ah, mais oui, Inspector. Have you found him?
Who?
The man in the sewer, of course.
I'm, sifting through the evidence.
Ah, rather you than me, monsieur. That reminds me, someone's been impersonating you. Came sniffing around just after you'd gone. Bold as brass. He tried to tell me he was a policeman. Inspector Rousseau, he claimed. I didn't tell him I'd been talking to you, not hours before.
Thank goodness. Impersonating a police officer is a serious offense. A man with so little respect for the law must be desperate.
Yes, my father used to say, desperation opens the door to the devil. He was always coming out with things like that. Stupid man. So, when you are not exploring sewers, what do you do?
I take a lot of showers.
Oh, very good, monsieur. A policeman with a sense of humor.
Oh, nothing
I
else.
have to be going.
Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon.
Okay, so not the museum, not let's try the hospital again. See if I can Do I have anything? No. There must be a way to distract someone here. Get the information I need.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Don't be fresh, young man.
Okay.
Have you heard of the Club Alamet?
No. It sounds romantic, doesn't it? The kind of place where you get little umbrellas and whelks.
Huh? That's romantic? What does this false nose remind you of?
Oh, it's a clown's nose.
That's right.
Why don't you give me a break and go and play with someone else?
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see. He was on
Wait, that
Ward
was
B12,
unexpected.
as I recall.
B12.
Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's... Nurse Grendel's ward.
Okay.
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock, alarm call. 6:10, bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
Okay.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
Oh, you mean she's been here a long time?
No, I mean there's not a man in this clinic who hasn't sprawled out on her.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was
Okay.
jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end. That's J2. And good luck.
Okay.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Please tell me I don't need to remember that.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow. He looked blissfully happy, for no apparent reason. Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
It's a deal.
Do you know a nurse called Grendel?
Sure I do.
Is she on duty today?
Yeah, end of the corridor, Ward J2.
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the quarters?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend
Yeah.
like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
Okay, this is good.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you?
No,
I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind my back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull-through.
whatever you've got with this metal mop-foot is probably a fine and noble thing.
It is? Say, it's not every day I meet someone as crazy as me.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
Okay, so
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
what's this door?
The door didn't have a sign or label or any kind of identification.
Hey now, you can't go in there.
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
Okay.
I guess the water cooler was for the use of people lost in the corridors. Maybe the face of the unaccountably happy domestic had made me unduly suspicious. I mean, I knew it was only my imagination, but the water tasted, well, peculiar. It was a life-sized marble figure of a guy in robes. The sculptor had tried to give him a look of paternal authority and concern. In my mind, he looked just plain constipated. There was no way I could improve on the sculpture with the janitor watching me.
Plug. Pull the plug.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
Well, okay.
Dr. Stobart at your service.
1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, that was pointless. Okay. Some progress.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your inspection, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. Well, who's first?
Monsieur Croquet in bed 2.
What's his problem?
He's been complaining of loss of consciousness. You'll need this, Doctor.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks. Hi, I'm Dr. Stobart.
Hello, Doctor.
The nurse told me you keep losing consciousness.
That's right. I've had the problem as long as I can remember. It's a real out-of-body experience. Like death, but not so conclusive.
I see. How long does it last?
Just a fraction of a second, and then I recover.
I might not have been a doctor, but I was formulating a diagnosis all the same. This guy was nuts. I know exactly what you mean. It's known in the medical field as blinking.
Is it serious?
Of course it isn't serious. It's perfectly natural.
But just think, 2 seconds every minute. Why, that's almost half an hour every day. 2 weeks out of every year spent in total darkness.
I don't have time to listen to this baloney. Which bed is Marquet in?
He's round the corner, in solitary.
What's the matter with him?
I don't know, but the men who brought him in were wearing masks and rubber gloves. Hey, you're a doctor. How come you don't know?
We doctors don't know everything.
Then how come you act like you do?
Has Marquet had any visitors?
Nah, neither have I. That's the worst thing about being in hospital. You feel like the rest of the world has abandoned you.
Well, you know how it is. Life goes on.
Thanks for those comforting words.
Do you know what this piece of equipment is called?
No, I don't.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nah, Doctor. Who is it?
A cold-blooded killer.
One of your colleagues?
No, he really is a murderer.
I've never seen him before.
Okay, that was not.
Well, goodbye and good luck.
Thanks, Doc.
This guy didn't look sick to me. He didn't have spots or stitches, and he certainly didn't have a fever.
Medical chart.
The name on the chart was Sopmarsh. Hello? Anybody home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I've got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
You better believe it. What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
She's a very efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
The woman in reception described Nurse Grendel as a monster.
Well, that's simply not true. She's quite strict, but that's her job, isn't it? You've got to have discipline in a place like this.
What can you tell me about Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he? That room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
Okay,
Do you know what's wrong with Marquet?
They won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, Doctor, what's your opinion?
It's too early to say.
But I've been here for 3 months.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job. See you later.
And what about this?
The name on the chart was Boissy. Now, I was no doctor, but this guy looked dead to me.
Okay, and what else do we have here?
Doctor,
What is it?
you haven't taken my blood pressure.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
I can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
Okay. Now.
Oh, Doctor,
What now?
you didn't finish taking my blood pressure.
Oh, come on.
Okay, let's try again.
You don't have the first idea what you're doing, do you?
I'll come back when you've recovered your manners.
Okay.
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur?
Do you have a patient named Marquet on this ward?
Oui, monsieur. He is in the private room at the end of the ward. He has been placed in strict isolation.
Why is Marquet in quarantine?
If you wish to know more, you'll have to speak to Herr Hagenmeier. All I know is that Marquet's room is strictly out of bounds.
Do you know who paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
Do you have any clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3 months.
Okay.
What's wrong with Boissy?
He was involved in a very nasty accident. A silly stunt involving a unicycle. His current condition is due to post-traumatic shock. It's unlikely he'll ever perform as a clown again.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I don't.
What is this device?
It's for taking the patient's blood pressure, doctor.
Do you know Merlin of Gruber Electronics?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's not
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
How do I get past this guy?
Hi, it's me again. I thought about giving him an electric shock, but I just couldn't do that to a sick guy. I thought about giving him, but I just... I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
Okay, that's
See you later. That is not a good idea.
Yeah, nothing is apparently. Well, if I can get past this guy. Let's try somewhere else. Okay. I guess we can't. Hmm.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
What's his problem?
He's delirious. He just now came out of theater. He's recovering from major surgery.
I'll have him up and about before you can say, Lazarus, get out of your bed and walk. Hi, it's me again. Have you any idea what this is?
No, Doctor. I wouldn't even like to guess.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job. Have you heard of a guy called Merlin?
No, Doctor.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
No, Doctor. Is this some kind of test?
If it was, you would have failed. See you later.
Take out. Take in.
Doctor?
What is it now, nurse?
Number 2 again. He won't tell me what he wants. He says he'll only talk to a man.
Do I have to? That guy's nuts.
Doctor, I'm surprised at you. There's no way to talk about our clients.
Okay, I'll see him. But I'm telling you, he's a hypochondriac. Hello again. Do you know what this piece of equipment...
No,
I thought about giving it, but I just couldn't do it. Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
nah, I haven't.
Well, goodbye and good luck.
Thanks, Doc.
And I have no idea.
You haven't finished taking my blood pressure.
Yes, yes, again.
Will you keep quiet? You're disturbing the other patients.
I'll keep quiet when you've taken my blood pressure properly.
I have to see Jacques Marquet first.
How come he gets preferential treatment? It's because he's got money, isn't it?
It's not like that. I'll come back when you've dealt with that chip on your shoulder.
Now, please let me through. Come on. No.
You haven't finished taking my blood pressure.
Will you keep quiet?
Come on.
You're disturbing the other patients.
Okay. I'm saving for a moment. He won't let me go past the corner. Oh,
It was a life-sized marble figure of a guy in robes. The sculptor had tried to give him a look of paternal authority and concern. In my mind, he looked just plain constipated.
You haven't finished taking my blood
on.
pressure.
that guy is annoying.
Will you keep quiet? You're disturbing the other patients.
His temperature was normal, with little fluctuation either way.
The graph showed a steady decline in his pulse rate and an increase in his blood pressure. It kinda shook me to see this guy's life reduced to a few jagged lines. The poor guy's temperature had been up and down like a white knuckle ride. No wonder he looked so sick.
Okay.
No way.
That's not what just guessing you.
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur?
Would you like to shake hands with me?
Well,
No, it's okay. Forget it. I didn't really want to use it on her anyway. Does this mean anything to you?
the Club à la Mouche? I've never heard of it.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay. Should I use the help? How the hell do I keep getting stuck? Let's see again. And
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
okay, I'm gonna use the instance to maybe. A second opinion. Oh, one of the doctors out front. No?
Hello.
Oh, hi! No whistling, right?
Right. Nothing really.
Okay, so if I can go back, I can go to.
Do you want this,
Device for measuring blood pressure?
yeah, do you want it back?
No, thank you.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay. Then what? Hmm. No, I don't think so. What do you mean second opinion? The only people here are the patients and the nurse.
Hi, it's me again. I'm going to take your blood pressure. Why? I'm a doctor. It's my job. See you later.
Okay, I'm stumped. Any ideas? I'm open to ideas if anyone got them.
You haven't finished taking my blood pressure.
God damn it.
Will you keep quiet?
Hi, it's me again. I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job. See you later.
Okay. I have no idea. I still can get another hint. Obviously not. Is there anything else I'm missing here? Let's see another one. Ow.
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur?
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
The connector in the socket supplied electricity.
Yeah, but what's the point in taking it out again? Ah.
Hey, Benoit.
There's no need to shout. What do you want?
Do you know the nurse on Ward J2?
No, monsieur. This is my first day here. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. I was talking about treating my first patient, of course. I didn't mean I'd get my hands dirty with a nurse.
What do you know about this piece of equipment?
It's a device for measuring blood pressure.
See you later.
Right.
Excuse me, sir.
You must be the new boy.
Yeah, I must be.
Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bernie, come here, boy. This is Benoit, my nephew. Can I trust you to look after him?
Do your own babysitting, Gramps. Who do you think you are, anyhow?
I am Felix Hagenmeyer.
And may I say what an honor it is to meet you in person, sir. You are on my medical wall of fame. Right up there with Pasteur and Leary.
I look on it as a privilege, no, an honor, to look after your nephew, sir.
He is fresh out of medical school. It will open his eyes to see a real doctor on the job.
I'll bet.
Show him around. Let him see some real suffering.
Okay, so maybe that's the way to do it.
So long, Hagenmeyer. Hey, Benoit.
There's no need to shout. What do you want?
Forget it.
Oh.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
You haven't finished taking my blood pressure.
Will you keep quiet? This guy didn't look sick to me. He didn't have... Hi, it's me again. I'm going to take your blood pressure. Why? I'm a doctor. It's my job. See you later.
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir?
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, keep it safe until I think of something.
You haven't finished taking my blood pressure.
Will you keep quiet?
Hey, Benoit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir?
Are you ready with that pressure gauge?
Primed and ready to pump, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir?
Forget it.
And finally.
He sat like a statue of a sack of potatoes, but the cop's eyes were as watchful as a hawk's. I'm Dr. Stobart.
Bonjour, docteur.
Have you seen any suspicious characters on the ward?
Yeah, I have.
A gorilla and a weasel?
No, this was a tatty old bear.
How was the bear acting suspiciously?
Well, he was wearing a homburg.
Is that against the law?
No, but it's pretty weird for a bear.
Don't you think it's possible that the bear was a man in disguise?
Well, obviously, I'm not completely stupid. But who would go to the bother of disguising himself as a bear? It's not as if he'd blend in with the surroundings. I checked with base to see if any bears had been reported missing from the zoo or a traveling circus. They told me to sit tight until reinforcements arrive. I guess they're right. I'd be stupid to tackle a bear single-handed.
Have you heard of a guy called Marquet?
He's in quarantine, Doc. right behind this here door.
Marquet is just the man I wanted to see.
I wouldn't go in there if I was you. He has anthrax.
I have to visit my patient.
What for?
Routine. I have to check he's still breathing.
What if he's not?
I'll sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude to death.
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of godlike aloofness.
The white coat suits you.
Thanks. Catch you later, officer.
Au revoir, Doc. If you see that bear, kick him in the nuts.
Really?
Rather you than me, pal.
Okay.
Another graph, another life. On the top of the chart was his name, Jacques Marquet. I didn't need to be a doctor to read the graphs. Marquet was dying. Marquet's slim hold on life was being measured, monitored, and maintained by the machinery on the rack. The machine was far too complex for me to understand. The bottles were full of liquid, with a little trail of bubbles rising to the surface. I figured Marquet's life depended on those bottles, so I decided not to disturb them. Marquet was either peacefully sleeping or placidly dead. Rousing him in the latter case would take a miracle. Marquet?
Yes, I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get it over with.
I just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lahmar gem.
Yeah, right here in my pocket.
I thought you were one of the assassins.
Not me. I never inhaled.
So, you were sent in my place?
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grand Master quickly. Tell him that I have found the tripod right here in Paris.
What, you have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care of. I hired a couple of stooges with a flair for petty crime.
Would that be Flap and Guido by any chance?
You know them?
We've met. What about the Hashashin?
He's more likely to have followed Klausner. He'll stop at nothing to prevent the reforging of the sword.
And that's bad, is it?
As for Klausner, he is gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
He has a theory about the location of the...
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. Herr Hagenmeyer was to hear that.
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned all I could from Marquet anyhow.
Yeah. I guess we have it.
Ah, there you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
Thanks, Bunny.
What's that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur. He showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no Dr. Braille working here.
He's an imposter. The door's locked. Help me, officer.
Stand back, monsieur.
He went out the window? Really?
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very last time.
He's dead.
Yeah, killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window. Have you ever heard of the Hashiashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves.
Okay.
Can you think of any use for this?
That's a thing for measuring blood pressure, isn't it? What are you doing with that?
I picked it up in the hospital. It could be useful.
You ought to take it back. Don't you feel guilty?
No.
Okay.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Not sure what for, but... Nah, I don't see a point in that at the moment.
I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one, Rosso or Sergeant Mou? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
Okay. Not sure why, but let's try.
Excuse me.
What do you want now?
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin, Sergeant?
What was that?
The cult of the assassins.
What are you trying to say, Stobart?
That the clown is a member of that cult.
I see. And what proofs do you have?
Proof? I arrived at my conclusion through logical deduction and...
Pseudo-intellectual people. Leave the investigation of crime to those who know best. The police.
Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Sure, why not?
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur. It's Stobart, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Thank you, Moo. What now, monsieur?
Have you heard of the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. But of course, monsieur, their fame is widespread throughout France. We haven't forgotten them.
unlike the rest of Europe.
It was the King of France who persecuted them, though.
Indeed.
That shook his cool. Underneath his cultured facade, the man was real twitchy. You're obviously a great admirer of the Knights Templar.
They were men of great honor, monsieur. The flower of chivalry.
Not everyone would share your views, Inspector.
Not everyone shares my passion for Bartok.
But if the Templars were as honorable as...
That's enough. I do not wish to hear your uninformed opinions, Stobbard.
Why'd you get so wound up about the Knights Templar? They've been dead for centuries. I shouldn't have pushed my luck. Maybe his ancestors were Templars. Whatever. I saw the anger flare in his eyes like a distant summer thunderstorm.
The Templars were the first true internationalists. 800 years on, and still the world is fragmented by nationalistic flag-waving fools. You will excuse me.
Okay. It was interesting at the very least. Not sure what up will be, but
You have left it very late, monsieur.
Late for what?
Anything? I am closing the museum soon. You wouldn't like to get locked in. I can tell you. Not in this gallery.
Why not?
It is haunted, monsieur.
You don't believe in ghosts, surely.
Oh, yes, I do. 7 years ago, a lad managed to hide in here. He'd made a bet with his friends, I suppose. When I found him in the morning, he was cold as ice and stiff as a board.
Well, what was the cause of death?
They said it was a brain tumor. But on his face was a look of stark, desperate terror such as I have never seen before.
Scary. Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John Dee.
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
Well, whatever he was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we skipped over thaumatology. Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
What? Get it out of the case? No! That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How sophisticated?
A painfully loud alarm bell.
that's all.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
Right.
The sign on the tripod says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does?
Yeah. It doesn't mention John Dee at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Well, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied art and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on. What can you tell me about the collection of coins?
A rare example of silver coinage from the reign of Philippe le Bel. That little old lay buried for centuries in a field on the outskirts of Paris. They're unique. Nothing like them has been found anywhere else in Europe.
Okay.
What can you tell me about the collection of coins?
A rare example of silver coinage from the reign of Philippe le Bel. That little old lay buried for centuries in a field on the outskirts of Paris. They're unique. Nothing like them has been found anywhere else in Europe.
Oh, who said it?
What can you tell me about the collection of pottery?
Those are remains of pots used by the original inhabitants of Paris. The Paris pot people.
When did they move out?
15,000 years ago, monsieur. Vanished in the mists of time. Didn't even have time to pack up their pots.
Hey,
Thanks
nonsense.
for your help. Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Why, yes, it was a radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder. It was formed in 11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
At roughly the same time as the Templars.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language, assassini, the assassins.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legends surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who sought to join the sect was given hashish until he drifted into dreams. He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't finished the story. There was a price to pay for this taste of paradise.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
Okay.
How did the assassins operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
And they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
Does the cult of the assassins still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
I think you ought to know that the tripod is going to be stolen.
The Lochman tripod? No.
It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Before the supposed event has taken place?
I heard them planning the raid.
They're wasting their time. The tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art alarm system.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, state of the art. Right.
Why don't you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Because I'd never see it again.
Well, don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust, George. That tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point. Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Okay. I have a feeling I know what I need to do.
Don't even think of climbing in there, monsieur. You'll be suffocated.
I always
come
wondered
on.
how it felt to be a mummy.
I'm pretty sure I need to do that.
Touching an object as rare and beautiful as that would have been the act of a barbarian. There was nothing in the urn. I tried to sneak my hand inside while the guard wasn't looking, but the case was locked. The statue didn't deserve to be mauled by a Philistine like me.
Don't open it! Remember, the burning cattle!
Right.
I was no desecrator of tombs.
Now what did I tell you?
Was it you can touch all you want so long as your hands are clean?
Not quite, monsieur. It was do not touch, not ever!
Oh yeah, that was it.
Watch out! You'll have that done on top of us! Do you have a...
I just love the smell of mothballs, I guess.
No, monsieur.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
No, monsieur.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
What? Then what next? I'm gonna check the area outside. What with the bushes can I get? No. The window. No. Um.
A real macho guy would have plunged straight in.
Yeah, got it. Not you. Um.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
I thought the original inhabitants of Paris were a tribe known as the Parisi.
That is right, monsieur. Renowned for their pots. You see, in those days, people didn't have much in the way of possessions. A few flints, Some animal skins, maybe the odd bone or two. Naturally, when the Parisi came along with their pots, why, everybody wanted one.
I guess they must have caused a kind of consumer frenzy.
Ah oui, they connect the market, cleaned up.
Come
You
on.
don't know the first thing about those pots, do you?
No, monsieur.
What can you tell me about the collection of coins?
A rare example of that little oddly buried for centuries. They're unique.
Keep saying the same thing about those coins.
Thanks for your help. Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Andre.
Not now, Georgie.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Alamut is the name of the place where the Hashashin were based.
Where is it?
Somewhere in what used to be called Persia. I'm not too hot on modern geography, I'm afraid. The most recent map I have shows America as an English colony.
Okay.
Does the guy in this photograph look familiar to you?
No.
Do you recognize this white powder, Andre?
No.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Okay. Oh, try something else entirely. Okay, I need to get rid of this guy.
Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
Take a look at this.
Ah, an electrician. My TV has been acting up. Could you fix it?
I doubt it. This isn't my ID. Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
What do you think of this?
A blood pressure sleeve.
Don't you want to know why I'm carrying it?
No, that would be dangerously similar to making inquiries. I might get a reputation for taking my job seriously.
Would you like to shake? I stopped myself barely in time. Electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuild the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key.
Maybe.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The pattern looks Middle Eastern. Beyond that, who knows?
What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Delightful. Would you like to see some of my used tissues?
Hell no!
Then please put yours away.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is?
It's a sewer key.
Does it mean anything to you?
Do you belong to some obscure arm of the Masons?
Do you know what this is?
Aha! You Americans with your notorious nose candy. I read Hollywood Wives. I know all about it.
If you tried to sniff this stuff, you'd wall up your nostrils. It's plaster of Paris.
It is. Thank heaven. For one awful moment, I thought I might actually have to arrest somebody. Alors, the paperwork. You have no idea.
Look at this gem. What do you think?
Cut glass.
No, it's not. It's for real.
What kind of madman would go around waving a priceless gem under people's noses?
So either it's glass or I'm mad? I didn't like to think about that for too long.
Yeah, but I got a point.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
Nothing. Okay, we can get rid of him, then what next? Well, I have what I need to open the sewer, but not a way to get rid of the cup. What's that?
There was no water to frolic about in, and the leaf mold that was collecting there just wasn't the same somehow. An ornate fountain stood in one corner of the square. I'd have to come by here in the summer to see it working.
Okay. Wasn't very helpful.
At the top of the stairs was a medieval church.
Waiting in prayer for the judgment day.
Hmm. Window?
A huge arched window. Somehow it looked more modern than its neighbor.
Air.
An enormous window. In comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And next. Okay, I got it. So the museum is the correct location to be at right now, not here. Hmm. I already did that. I'm at the museum.
Don't open. No, monsieur.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Man.
Watch out! You'll have that done on top of us!
Yeah. I was kind of hoping for that, maybe. Okay. I think I'm really stuck right now. I've tried everything I can think of. That's the problem with this kind of game. I love playing them, but I honestly bad at them. I'm bad at puzzles.
No, monsieur.
Okay.
I need to do something to distract him. Just not sure what. I still have a few minutes before I can get another hint.
It was a tapestry of a lady, a lion, and a unicorn. If I'd had more time, I could have stared at it all day. The attendant had an air of self-importance and a kind of steely eyes that never seemed to blink.
God damn it. The only thing interactable right now. Ay. I know that, but okay. That's what we're gonna do at this point. Gonna take a few minutes break, do some things I need to do, and when I get back after that, with a little head of folly, I might be able to figure this out. So, I'll be back in a few minutes.
I can feel you in my heart, you in my arms. I can feel you in my heart, you in my arms. It's sunset on Friday, I'm stuck on the highway. It's been a while. I'm late to the party, you already started the sparkling wine. I need to find a spark to keep me from the dark. I'm looking for a fire star tonight to light me up all around. 'Cause you're the only one I'm thinking of. Don't let me burn to the ground. I wasted time, these city lights. Still I can't get you out my mind. I need a fire star tonight. I'm looking for a I'm down in the mirror with perfume and glitter. I'm on the way. Feels like I'm 60. Your blue eyes and ripped jeans. What can I say? As long as there's a spark to keep me from the dark. Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will kill when I cut you out. It's karma. It's okay to hurt your voice screaming in my face. I know you gotta bark when you don't got bite. Tell me, what's that like? What's that like? Being that insecure, acting up, immature. Had enough, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. You know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. You now you got hurt 'cause you made me. Yeah, you know what you are, you're a baby, little baby. You only got hurt 'cause you made me bored. It's karma. It's karma. Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You'll see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will kill when I cut you out. Snip, snip, cutting your bullshit with a plot twist.
Okay, and we're back. Back. Let's figure out what to do here.
Don't open it. Remember the burning cattle. No, monsieur.
Okay.
I don't get it.
A metal rod attached to the wall was connected to the window.
Yes, a metal rod to open the damn window, but I can't
Don't
open it.
open it. Remember the burning cattle.
But I'm pretty sure I need to open it. Let's take another hint. Yeah, I know I need to let's hide. I know where to hide, but they won't let me.
Watch out! You'll have that down on top of us. Watch out! You'll have that down on top of us. Don't open it.
The rod turned smoothly, and the window above me opened.
Okay. There we go. Some progress.
It is closing time, Monsieur Lobineau.
Already, there just aren't enough hours in the day.
More than enough for me. I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Good night, Monsieur.
Okay.
Hey, Guido! Look at this!
Quit fooling around, you moron! Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight. What the? Who's there?
Let's get out of here!
Okay. That was
And when I woke up, I was at the police station. Luckily, I managed to persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Poor Georges.
What a mess. I bungled the whole thing.
I don't think so. You made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
Yeah, but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in costume.
You mean... it was you who stole the tripod? Oh, hell, Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plans. We're supposed to be in this together. But how come you dressed up like a pantomime cat?
Don't sulk, Georgie, please.
Oh,
Rats. And don't call me Georgie.
Oh, I really thought you'd be pleased. After all, we've got the tripod. Aren't you going to try putting the gem on the tripod?
I guess so. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
The gem fits perfectly, but what does that prove?
Okay.
Maybe the tripod has to be in a certain location.
There's nothing on the manuscript to indicate where, though, is there?
Oh, by the way, I had a visit from André Lobineau.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope so. Lobineau explained who the Hashashin were.
Yeah?
The cult of the assassins.
Oh, boy!
What do you think the purpose of this tripod is?
On the manuscript, the gem is shown mounted on top of it.
So, we risked a criminal charge to steal a display stand?
Don't ask me. Maybe it's intended to hold the gem in a specific position.
Okay.
Let's take another look at the manuscript. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. The Night Scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. There's a guy working on a loom. There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
Yeah.
That's the tripod we borrowed from the museum. That's the gem that Pegram found in Loch Marne.
Okay. So we got the gem, we got the tripod.
I have to go.
Already? You only just arrived.
Time and tide wait for no man.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Yeah, but where? What to now?
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collard's apartment?
Yes, I have. A strange man, tall and thin as a broomstick. He kept his face hidden, but I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with a hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
Okay.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Yeah. Okay, where to? Um. Oh.
There was a small crowd of 5 sightseers. It's a weird thing, but you can take the most intelligent people in the world, put them in their vacation duds, and hey presto, they look like morons. Why is that? The juggler was good. Why he couldn't put that kind of application into getting a real job, I had no idea. Maybe he just liked dressing up like a horse's ass. I had no desire to talk to the crowd. Hey, you with the ball.
Oui?
How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No! I am a jongleur!
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu! A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contragravitic aeroballetic mysteries. In centuries past, the courts of the crowned heads of Europe had the jongleurs, witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of need.
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders, plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so. That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it not? Perhaps you feel you could do better, no?
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
I had no idea what I was doing. But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be? A lot more difficult than I thought. That's how difficult. Still, it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
Not so easy after all, is it?
No, I guess not. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Le Templier? Ah, the last Grand Master, Jacques Marquet, was burnt on an island in the Seine in 1314.
Wow, you're pretty well educated for a juggler.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Okay.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
What do you think of the juggler?
Ah, he is excellent, most watchable.
But he's blocking the thoroughfare and obstructing traffic.
So, he is amusing. The traffic isn't. If he wants to block it, who am I to say no?
You're a cop.
Ah, oui. So I am. Ah, well.
So you're not going to do anything about this guy?
No.
He probably doesn't even have a license.
Ah, a license. This I had not considered.
So what are you going to do?
The instant I return to the station, I shall check.
Return to the station? Why not just ask him?
And spoil his concentration? What kind of a barbarian do you take me for?
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
Okay. That was weird. That probably won't work.
Hey, hey, you. What do you think you're doing?
Yeah, still
Leave
doesn't
that
work.
comer alone. Now.
Sorry, no harm intended.
You stay away from that.
Ay. Yeah.
Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
It didn't seem right to fry somebody's palm when they make their living with their hands.
Real. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure. Mm, really not sure. Already checked everything around here. Only the thing that changed from last time is these people around here.
Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
You smoke.
No, I don't.
In that case, it means nothing to me.
I've got a medieval tripod.
And my Uncle Claude has hemorrhoids. So what?
Look, a red nose.
Ah, you are a clown.
A clown?
No, if so, you would be a much better jongleur.
For a moment, an idea capered around near the spotlight of my attention, but fell down the pothole of abstraction before I could focus on it. Does this grease paint mean anything to you?
A red nose, and now grease paint. You are sure you are not a clown?
Well, I was distracted by the idea again. Caper, caper, caper. Plummet. No, gone again. Does this lab pass mean anything to you?
You work in a lab.
No, try again.
You steal lab passes.
No. Well, not as a habit. This was a special case.
Okay, that's not
Catch you
helpful.
later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
It's funny, but it's not helpful. All. I missed that before.
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. Per disciplinum meum lux videbis.
Oh,
A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
no, wait a minute.
I didn't recognize the biblical.
No.
Well, I could have just taken the. But I wanted to be sure what I'd be other than.
Well, it showed this.
No.
No, why no?
The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well.
Let's take a look again at
Per
the code.
disciplinum meum lux videbis.
Take another look at that.
A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
There's something with it, I just not sure what.
In French, English, and German it read, "In 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the Knightly Order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine."
Yeah. Still not helpful. I'll try the instance, so maybe it will give me this direction. Yes, fewer people in that much I know. I need to get rid of all these people, but how? I am not. I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea what.
There was a small crowd of 5 sightseers. It's a weird thing, but you can put them in their vacation. They look like. The juggler was good. Why he couldn't put that kind of apple? Maybe he just.
Uh-huh.
Hi again.
Oui?
Look.
Oh, you say, whoop-de-doo.
Hi again.
Oui?
Does this?
I read you are...
Well, I was just caper.
I already did that.
This gadget is a sewer key.
I do not want it. Thank you.
Well, I'm not selling it. I just wanted your opinion.
It is hardly my area of expertise.
Have you seen this man before?
No.
What do you think of this?
It is a medical device, oui?
Oui. Yes. Does this plaster interest you?
Well...
Forget it. Forget that I asked. Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Um. I'm quite stuck. Why stuck again? Let's see if I can. No, still can't get another int. The int system is excellent at stating the obvious, but not too helpful. Hmm.
That is not a good idea.
If I can't talk to them,
I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
and I already talked it out with all the others, and I can't open the cover.
Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
What do you know about medieval ironmongery? Have a look at this little baby.
A tripod. What is it for?
You mean you don't know?
No, monsieur. Nor do you, I think.
Hmm. No, that's not helpful.
Excuse me.
Stobart! I did not expect to see you so soon after that unfortunate business at the museum.
Inspector Rosso was completely satisfied with my explanation.
Ah, yes. You were accidentally trapped in an Egyptian sarcophagus.
It could happen to anyone.
Indeed, as could being knocked unconscious by a wooden salmon. What do you want now?
Maybe not. No. Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Yes, I do.
I'll try,
One
maybe.
moment, monsieur. It's Stobart, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Yes, again.
Thank you, Moo. What now, monsieur?
Nope, nothing you.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? You call me from my desk and you say it doesn't matter? I could have you arrested for wasting...
I'm sorry.
By the way, Stobart, I thought you might like to know they found our friend Pigram.
Where did he turn up?
A little village on the Norwegian coast. The fish had made a meal of him, but the police pathologist identified the teeth. Poor Molly. He had such dignity. It's hard to imagine him ending up as fish food.
Okay. Fish food, okay. Apparently that was an achievement, learning about that. Okay. Just weird, but okay. Yeah, but That is not progressing me anywhere. Not getting me anywhere. What did you say exactly? Upstage?
The juggler was good. Why he... Maybe he...
Oh no, no, nothing is working.
Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
Feast your eyes on this.
Incroyable! Is it real?
I think so.
Some people believe that great gems always have curses upon them.
Oh, that's garbage. Although, now that I think about it, both of the people who had this before me disappeared in mysterious circumstances. And the guy who was supposed to get this was shot and then murdered in his hospital bed. Do you want it?
No, thank you.
I already tried everything else.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Couple more minutes until the next int is available. I don't know. I'm not missing anything around here, right?
Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
Do you know what this is?
It's a sewer key.
Does it mean anything?
Do you belong to...
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be...
Yeah, you'll be right here. You're not moving anywhere. Hmm. Okay, so let's see what the next int is because I already did that.
Hi again.
Oui?
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Oh, come on. This is... The int system is completely unhelpful. And now it's 4 more minutes until the next one.
In the middle of the square was a manhole. I wondered if there might...
Yes, we're all wondering that. Hmm. Okay.
Hi again.
Oui?
Look,
Oh, you say?
What
hi again.
Oui?
Look, a red nose.
Oh, you say?
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
That is weird. Outstaging means outperforming him somehow. I thought it got to do with the nose, but it won't let me do anything with it.
I had no desire to talk to... Hello again, officer.
Hello?
Does this red nose...
Ah,
Do I look like...
no. Now, if I'd known you were a clown, it would have been amusing. And not a humiliation for you.
What do you mean?
Who ever heard of a
Aye.
plainclothes clown?
He had a point. So you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose, I'd be the king of comedy. But if I juggle badly without it,
You look like a pathetic loon. Oui, monsieur, you have it.
I'll see you
Okay.
around.
Oui, monsieur, I'll be there.
That possibly was
Hi
the
again.
missing link.
Oui? What is it this time?
I'd like to have another try at juggling, please.
You have gone on a crash course, perhaps?
No, I just had an insight into presentation.
Huh?
Allow me to demonstrate. The balls, please.
If you insist on completing your humiliation, monsieur.
Okay, now for my secret weapon. The juggler was speechless with rage. You could have mistaken him for a mime. And without a word, he collected his balls and left in a fury. Hey, you forgot one of your balls. Hey! But he didn't hear. Better still, deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change.
Now to get rid of these guys.
I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
Maybe they're not the problem. I guess they're not in the way. And into another sewer. Makes you feel like a Ninja Turtle. Sometime. With all the sewers.
The recent showers had made the levels rise a little, but at least the place didn't smell so much. What's a guy supposed to do with a sewer? Don't answer that.
The boat? What's with the boat?
A weird little boat lay tied up. I guess they used it to get maintenance crews around. Either that or the Phantom of the Opera was somewhere near. There was a handle in the boat that fed out chain with a hook on the end.
Okay. Interesting.
There were 3 arches, each with an inscription. The wall had flaked, and anything once written on it had long since gone. There were 3 arches.
What's on this one?
The inscription was hard to read, but I made out Templier and something about innocence.
And the third one?
Close up, I could see a faded inscription. My medieval French isn't much, but the few words I understood seemed to say, "This is where the gallows used to stand." Maybe.
Okay. Pick up the hook. Let's attach it to what?
The inscription was hard to...
Pat?
If I wanted to get deeper into these catacombs, I was going to have to get onto that path. If the near edge hadn't crumbled away, I could have jumped it easily. Now, I wasn't so sure. Okay, it's long jump time. Here goes.
No.
Do I look crazy or something?
Yes. If I pick up the hook, it would appear in my inventory, right? Oh, it does not. Alright. No, no, everything on the windows. What else? No.
On the boat was a winching machine.
Yes, a winching machine, and that released the hook, but I can't find how to attach it to anything. Hook.
The hook was held rigidly by the tightly wound chain.
No, of course not. I already tried that. Of course not.
A weird little boat lay tied up.
Either that.
Yeah, Phantom of I heard the joke already. I already did it. This is one shitty in system.
Hey, that's hollow. It was time for some brutal destruction.
Oh, what's that?
Close up, I could see the plaster was thinner where I'd broken through, and behind it were some cogs and a lever.
Don't tell me. Attaching the hook to that?
Here goes. Hey, cool. Inside the hole, I could see one of the cogs had come loose and jammed the mechanism solid.
Okay. So now the hook. Yeah, now the hook. Oh, that's one way to open a passage. Okay. A gap. And a way down.
There was a crack in the wall. Through it, I could see a glimmer of natural light.
Does it look?
In the beginning was the end.
An end wrought by our enemies began our darkness.
In the end will be a beginning.
An end to our enemies heralds our new day.
Report.
The military establishments are in flux. The end of the Cold War has left them with no clear goal and as obvious targets for budgetary cuts. We have successfully promoted a sense of betrayal in the upper echelons. They feel that the politicians have cast them adrift. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Good. Mademoiselle?
Governments are giving the corporations more respect than their own citizens. A groundswell of dissatisfaction and dissidence is growing. The corporations are becoming too large and complex for their own executives to control them. A blind belief in market forces is accelerating this trend the world over. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
The global population's belief in those that govern it has never been lower. We have inculcated a sense of immediacy and action over forethought and planning in all the major governments. They are acting on hasty decisions that cannot be completed or revoked without appearing foolish. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Excellent. The tired old governments are dying a slow death from their own incompetence and our machinations. The millennium is almost upon us, and everything is in place for the rise of our new order. Almost.
Crazy people.
Professor, where is the broken sword?
As we discussed last time, with the loss of the manuscript, our search is as a corollary hindered.
And as discussed last time, you have been furnished with a dramatically increased budget. What have you been doing with our money, Professor?
We are working on the principle that the Templars, that is to say, our predecessors,
Hold on. These are the Templars?
must have left a trail when they were hiding the clues to the sword of Baphomet's location. I have a small army of historians and archaeologists ferreting out that trail.
I trust these historians and archaeologists are more trustworthy than your friend Pegram.
Pegram was loyal. He tried to protect the Lochmarn gem when the Hashashin came near.
And failed. And don't call that Syrian maniac the Hashashin. He's an assassin. Plain and simple.
That's not what he believes. He actually thinks.
Silence! Do I have to remind you that we have a sacred duty? A trust? When Philippe attempted to destroy the Order, we lost the sword and our power with it.
Now we have the opportunity to reforge it. But time is short. We need results, not petty bickering, not excuses. Now, Professor Baphomet.
Yes, of course. My apologies. We will find Baphomet and the sword, manuscript or no. We have already found another element actually within Paris.
Excellent. What is it?
Well, we're not exactly sure at present.
Ha!
But I have my best people working on it. You would do well not to criticize others, Eklund. At least I have not murdered one of our own.
Of course. That guy was the bogus doctor in the hospital.
Marquet was a liability. Eklund dealt with him on my orders.
I beg your pardon, Grandmaster. I did not mean to.
Have you any good news for us, Professor?
We already know 3 of the elements. We know that Klausner had obtained the lens before he vanished.
Where was he?
Syria. We know that he arrived, but after that, nothing.
The assassin.
I fear so. It's a shame. Klausner was a good operative.
Okay. That was auto-saved, but that's ever.
The door mechanism was trashed. It would take a blacksmith or an engineer to do anything with that.
Yeah, neural neither.
At the bottom of the steps, I could see a glow. It seemed a good moment to be cautious.
Yeah, cautious. Let's throw caution out the window.
I could hear voices from the lit area. This was it. The conspiracy was revealed.
Okay, nobody move. I'm making a citizen's arrest.
At last, I had them. I could see the fear in their eyes as their little scheme came to pieces.
You're all going away for a very long time. And you can just drop those guns. You're impressing nobody.
Yeah. I knew that was not going to end well. But that's exactly. Yeah, hell. At the very least, another achievement. Don't want to miss those.
Boy, had I ever made a mess of that door.
Okay, so
This will be our last meeting in person until we locate the sword of Baphomet. I hope that I don't need to emphasize the importance of finding it. Without it, our endeavors come to nothing. With the sword reforged, we will have the power to sweep the stage of all opposition. The new millennium will belong to us. The next time that we meet, it will be to become the princes of this world!
and they left. Now it should be safe to go down. That's Ed. Okay. Circle.
On the circle's circumference were the Templar seal and 2 Latin phrases.
Non omnis moriar, and clarior e tenebris. I shall not die completely, the brighter from the darkness. In the middle of the circle was a stump of stone, a shaft of daylight from the world above lancing down to touch it.
Okay, I think I know what to do. I hope so. Place the tripod on the pedestal. Press the gem on top of it.
The light, falling from above, struck the gem and scattered in 5 neat rays, and each ray picked out a letter. Starting from the seal, I could read M-A-R-I-B, Marib. Now all I had to do was figure out what the heck that meant.
That's a good question. What the hell
Nico,
does it
I've
mean?
seen them.
Who?
The Templars. I spied on their meeting in the catacombs.
And you saw the Knights Templar?
I saw a bunch of guys masquerading as Templars. They're after something called the Sword of Baphomet. The bogus doctor was there, the guy who killed Marquet. The manuscript is the key, just as we thought. It shows the way to the broken sword, whatever that is.
And how does the assassin fit into all this?
He's out to stop them. These Neo-Templars, they're men and women in influential positions. Don't you see? Plantar was one of them. The assassin killed him for the manuscript, to stop them finding the sword.
But now we have got the manuscript.
Yes.
So, how does he hope to find the sword?
I don't know. They said something about a lens and a guy called Klausner who's gone to Syria, but they didn't seem to realize the significance of the very site of their meeting. You see, after they'd gone, I discovered a stone pedestal and a carved inscription. I set up the gem on the tripod, directly below a beam of light. The gem split the beam and lit the letters M-A-R-I-B.
Marib is a village in Syria.
Then the Neo-Templars are ahead of us. Klausner beat me to it.
You're not thinking of going there yourself, are you?
Why not?
These guys are crazy and dangerous. That reminds me, you should leave the gem here.
Okay, what about the tripod?
I'll send it back to Andre, anonymously.
Okay.
Do you think I should go to Marib?
Syria is a long way, Georges.
Yeah, but my guess is that's the next destination. Okay. So, off to the airport. And this seems this is the beginning of a all other part of the game, like a very good place to stop for today. So with that, thank you for watching, and well, until next time.